Welcome to the new video. Old Crypto Coin, the Liberty $1 coin connected with the year 1980 in the United States, is most commonly associated with the Susan B. Anthony Dollar series, a short-lived but historically important chapter in American coinage. And in this video, we're going to explore its background, design story, political debate, production details, mint varieties, collector interest, errors, values, and long-term legacy, building a complete picture of why the 1980 Liberty Dollar matters far more than many people realize. The story really begins in the late 1970s when the United States Mint faced rising costs in producing paper $1 notes and wanted to introduce a durable coin that could circulate widely in daily commerce, replacing or at least reducing the need for dollar bills. And at the same time, there was strong national interest in honoring an important historical figure, Susan B. Anthony, a leading advocate for women's rights and suffrage, making this the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real woman rather than a symbolic liberty figure. And that alone gives the series a special place in numismatic history. The obverse design shows Susan B. Anthony facing right, with a firm and dignified portrait created by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, whose initials appear on the coin, and around the portrait you see the word liberty at the top, the motto "I in God we trust" to the right, and the year 1980 at the bottom, while the reverse continues the adapted Apollo 11 mission insignia first used on the Eisenhower dollar, featuring an eagle landing on the moon holding an olive branch, with Earth visible in the distance, surrounded by United States of America and $1, plus the motto E Pluribus Unum, tying the modern small dollar to the earlier large dollar design heritage. When the coin first debuted in 1979, expectations were high, but public reception quickly became mixed because the coin size and color were too similar to the quarter, leading to confusion in transactions, vending machines, and everyday use. And although design adjustments were considered, the mint continued production into 1980 with large mintages in hopes that circulation habits would change over time. In 1980, Susan B. Anthony dollars were struck at three major mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with mint marks P, D, and S respectively, and each facility produced coins for different purposes, including circulation strikes and proof versions. And understanding the differences between these types is essential for collectors and viewers who want to know what to look for in their own change jars or inherited coin collections. The 1980 P dollar from Philadelphia was produced in very large numbers, reaching tens of millions of pieces, intended primarily for circulation, and most surviving examples today are found in circulated condition, often showing where on Anthony's hair detail and cheek area, as well as on the eagle's wings on the reverse, while higher-grade uncirculated examples exist, but are usually pulled from mint sets or stored rolls. The 1980 D dollar from Denver also saw substantial production, and while similar in design and metal composition to the Philadelphia coins, Denver strikes are sometimes noted by collectors for slightly sharper details depending on die state, and in top mint state grades certified by third-party grading services. Some Denver coins can command noticeably higher premiums than average circulated pieces. The 1980 S dollars from San Francisco come in two major categories: business strikes and proofs, and this is where things become especially interesting, because San Francisco proof coins were made for collectors using specially prepared dies and planchets, resulting in mirror-like fields and frosted design elements, often with deep cameo contrast. And these proof coins were sold in official U.S. Mint proof sets, never intended for general circulation, and usually remain in much better condition due to careful handling and packaging. Compositionally, the 1980 Liberty Dollar is made from a copper-nickel-clad structure, the same basic layered metal approach used for quarters and half dollars of the era, with an outer layer of copper-nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving the coin durability and a silver-like appearance without using precious metal. And the coin weighs 8.1 grams and measures 26.5 millimeters in diameter, significantly smaller than the old Eisenhower dollar, which was one of the reasons the mint believed it would circulate more easily, though in practice the similarity to the quarter created a new set of problems. Edge design is reeded, which also adds to the quarter-like feel when handled quickly, and many critics later argued that a smooth edge or a distinctive shape might have helped public acceptance. But by the time that feedback became widespread, production decisions were already locked in. From a collector's standpoint, The 1980 Susan B. Anthony Liberty dollar offers multiple layers of interest, including mint mark varieties, proof versus business strike differences, grading sensitivity, and a range of error coins that can be quite valuable, such as off-center strikes, clip planchets, double dies, die cracks, and strike-through errors, all of which can turn an otherwise common coin into a sought-after piece. And serious collectors often examine these dollars under magnification, looking for anomalies in lettering, date thickness, mint mark placement, and rim formation. Grading plays a major role in value, with circulated examples typically worth close to face value, unless they show an unusual error. But uncirculated coins graded MS65, MS66, or higher can bring solid premiums. And top population registry coins graded MS67 or above by major grading services may reach much higher prices due to rarity in that condition rather than rarity of total mintage. Proof coins from 1980 are generally more available in high grade because of their careful production, yet ultra-deep cameo examples with perfect surfaces can still command strong collector demand, especially when preserved in original government packaging. Another important angle is historical context, because the Susan B. Anthony dollar represents a major symbolic shift in U.S. coin portraiture, moving from allegorical liberty figures to honoring a specific woman reformer, and that decision reflected broader social recognition movements of the time, making the coin culturally significant even beyond numismatics. And for educators and history-focused channels, this adds storytelling depth that audiences appreciate. Despite the mint's efforts, by the end of 1980 circulation problems persisted. Public confusion remained high, and demand from banks and businesses slowed, leading to reduced production in subsequent years, and eventually a pause in the series after 1981, before a brief one-year return in 1999 to meet vending and transit needs before the Sacagawea dollar replaced it, which used a golden color specifically to avoid the core confusion problem that affected the 1979 to 1981 and 1999 Anthony dollars. Today, many 1980 Liberty dollars survive in rolls, mint sets, and proof sets, making them accessible entry points for new collectors, and they are often recommended as beginner coins for learning grading, mint mark identification, and error hunting because they are affordable yet historically rich. When searching for valuable examples, collectors are advised to check for sharp strike details in the hair and eagle feathers, minimal contact marks on the open fields, strong luster on business SD,